Good morning guys, and welcome to today's video where I now look at the preparation for the paper 2 calculator paper for the November 2020 exams for AQA and Edexcel. Right guys, this video was recorded on Wednesday the 4th of November 2020, okay, before your paper 2, which is going to be on Thursday. Okay, so firstly guys, I just want to say well done for getting the paper 1 actually, so I hope that actually went well. And I hope your paper 2 and paper 3 go well as well. If they didn't go well, guys, don't worry. Still paper 2 and paper 3 to go, so try and knuckle down that and work hard. Please do subscribe guys, like my video and share my videos and turn on post notification, okay, and drop me an email. My email is there if you've got any maths related questions or you're looking for maths tutoring. Okay, so the video is aimed at AQA and Edexcel. A little disclaimer guys, so all my questions are just going to be Edexcel higher, but Edexcel and AQA are very similar questions. So this will be appropriate for AQA students as well. Okay, so my advice for AQA students here is just to practice as many paper 2 questions today as you can. Okay, right guys. Okay, so points to note. Okay, so paper 1 is done now, so I hope it went well. Okay, so we can't change that now. Okay, if it hasn't gone well, then don't panic. Okay, still paper 2 and paper 3. Okay, most important point guys here for paper 2 and paper 3 is please show your full workings, because these are now calculator papers. Okay, it's very easy to slip up and be lazy and just write down your answer, because I've got a calculator. But please show your full workings. Okay, and my last point here is just try your best guys. Okay, so I've said this before in a previous video, so just try your best guys. Okay, so from my part, as long as you try your hardest, then there is nothing more you can do. Okay, it is a very difficult and a very hard time, and everybody is struggling and having a hard time actually, and I get that completely. Okay, but I want to try and spread some positivity in spite of all this negativity that we are in this current climate. Okay, so just try your best guys, and then that's it. Okay, and then there is no regrets guys. Right guys, okay, so in today's video, we're going to look at some random questions from previous papers. So this is paper 2, the Edexcel 18. First question, write 0.0008623 in standard form. Well, that's going to be, so standard form is a number between 1 and 10. So it's 8.623 times 10. Oh, sorry, it should be a 10 there. Okay, to the negative, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be negative 5. Okay, so that is my answer there guys. Okay, right guys, so that was question 7A. Okay, so standard form guys, to summarize, it's a number between 1 and 10 times 10 to the power of something. If it's a small number, if it's a decimal number, then obviously it's a negative, and if it's positive, then it's a large number. Okay, right guys, part B. Okay, so you were given this sum, and then you are asked to work out this sum in standard form here, giving your answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, so give your answer in standard form to 3 significant figures. Well, putting this to my calculator guys, okay, so I've worked it out to be 7441979. 0.06976742. Right, so that's going to be 7.44. Okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because that's a 1, so I round down, times 10 to the power of, well, that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7.44 times 10 to the 6 to 3 SF. So significant figures. Okay, so that is your answer there guys. Okay, so I hope it made sense. So this topic is standard form guys. Okay, so that's my topic. Right, guys, question number 12. Okay, so I've picked like random questions today. So you are asked to simplify this here and write it in the form of ax plus b. So ax plus b over cx plus d. Okay. So what's going to happen here, guys, is I have to factorize these three expressions. Okay, so that can't be factorized yet, but I can factorize these three expressions. Well, that's the difference of two squares. So it's going to be 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3. Okay, so recognizing that 4 is a square number, 9 is a square number. Okay, and then obviously, yeah, x squared is obviously x times x. So that's why I've got an x and an x there. That's going to factorize to 3 brackets 2x plus 3, okay? And then I'm going to times that by 2x, and then this is going to factorize to x brackets x minus 3. Okay, so I've factorized all of my expressions. So this factorizes to this, the top one factorizes to that, and this bottom part for the second fraction factorizes to this. Okay, so I can start cancelling now. That cancel with that. That's going to cancel with that. So I get left with just 2 lots of 2x minus 3 all over 3 brackets x minus 3, okay, which I can then expand the brackets and put it in the form of ax plus b over cx plus d. So it's going to be 4x minus 6 all over 3x minus 9, okay, and that would be my final answer, guys, okay. So that would be in the form ax, so it's ax plus b over cx plus d, okay. So that is my answer. So this topic, guys, so this one's called simplifying algebraic fractions. So it's simplifying algebraic fractions, okay? But for part B, yeah, we're going to be looking at simplifying algebraic fractions. But this topic as a whole, okay, so this whole question is simplifying algebraic fractions. Okay, right, guys, this part B, so we are asked to write this under a common denominator. Again, so adding fractions, okay, so what I do is I'll put everything under a common denominator. It's going to be x plus 1, okay, x plus 2, okay, so it's these three times together for my denominator. So remember, guys, a little summary. When you add or subtract fractions, okay, make sure that so it has to be under a common denominator. Okay, if it is a common denominator, then all you do is just add the numerators here or subtract the numerators. Okay, so that is that part there. Right, I'm going to be careful now. So I'm going to do a bit of cross multiplying. So 3 is going to be times by x brackets x plus 2. Okay, 1 is going to be times by this and this. So it's going to be x brackets x plus 1. Okay, or one lot of that. Okay, I'll put a little 1 there. Okay, and then 4 times this lot here. Okay. So that'll be that there. So sorry. Sorry about my handwriting, guys. Apologies. Hopefully it makes sense so far. So it's writing this under a common denominator. Okay. Denominator. Right, guys, all I have to do now is just expand my numerator and then simplify. Okay, I haven't actually got much spaces, so it might be hard to actually finish the question, but I'll try my best here, just obviously expand it here, okay, because there is not much space here to actually simplify. So I'm going to get 3x squared plus 6x plus x squared plus x. So I'm going to have 3x squared plus 6x plus x squared plus x. Okay, so that's going to be 4x squared plus 7x for that part. So it's going to be 4x squared plus 7x. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract the expansion. Well, expanding this, I get x squared plus 3x plus 2. So it's going to be minus 4 brackets x squared plus 3x plus 2. Which, if I expand it, I get minus 4x squared minus 12x minus 8. Well, here I've got 4x squared actually, so that's going to cancel with that minus 4x squared. I've got minus 12x plus 7x is minus 5x. And then I've got minus 8 minus 4 times positive 2 is going to be, sorry, that's a 3x there, sorry, and that's a positive 2, so got to be careful. Minus 4 times positive 2 is plus 8. So I've got plus 8 at the end, which is I'm gonna put my answer there. Okay, so that would be my final answer, guys. So expanding the numerator, okay, and simplifying. So expand all the brackets on the top and simplify it. Okay, I get minus 5 plus 8, minus 5x plus 8, or 8 minus 5x. Okay, so one of those two answers is correct. Okay, all over x brackets x plus 1 times x plus 2. Okay. In the exam, guys, for the denominator, yeah, for the denominator, you don't have to expand actually. So this part, I will just leave as what it is there currently. Okay, so guys, I hope it made sense, guys. So the topic here is algebraic fractions. Okay. Right, next question, guys. Right, guys, okay, so, the equation for circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 42.5. Find the radius. Well, this is the rule, guys. So x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, actually. So that's the formula for equation of a circle. So r squared equals 42.25. Okay, so r is the square root of 42.25. Okay, so doing this on my calculator, I get the answer as 6.5, guys. Okay, so the square root is 6.5. So the radius is 6.5. Okay. So that is my answer there, guys. Okay, so this topic is equations of circles. Okay. Right, guys. Okay, so last few questions to go now, and then we should be finished for the lesson today. Question 18, guys. Okay, so this is also the November 2018. Sorry. Right, guys, so it says the straight line L1 passes through the coordinates 4, 6, and 12, 2. The straight line L2 and L1, and the lines L1, yeah, okay. Sorry, straight line L2 and L1 intersect at the point P. The straight line, sorry, this part, sorry, ignore that part there, sorry. So the lines L1 and L2 intersect at a point P. The straight line L2 has a gradient of -3 and passes through the origin. Okay, find the coordinates of P. Well, first of all, okay, I'm going to work out the equation of L1 and L2. For L2 is nice and easy. So the origin, remember, guys, so a little key fact here. When it says origin, the coordinates are always 0, 0. So L2 has the equation y equals -3x. So remember that this is straight line, guys. Okay, so y equals mx plus c, where m is your gradient and c is your y-intercept. So m is your gradient and c is where it crosses on the y-axis. Well, here it crosses at +0. Okay, so there is no need yet to put a +0 there, guys. Okay. So that is L2, okay, so straight in, that's easy. For L1, I'm going to work out the gradient first of all. So it's going to be 2 minus 6 over 12 minus 4. So it's going to be -4 over 8, which is minus a half. Okay, or minus 0.5. Okay, so L1, okay, it's y is equal to minus a half x plus c. Okay, I now sub in the coordinates to work out what c is. Well, if I put in this coordinate here, so 4, 6, so that's going to be 6 equals minus a half times 4 plus c, okay, which then becomes 6 equals minus 2 plus c, which then implies that c must be equal to 8. So c is equal to 8, okay, positive 8. So L1 now has the equation y equals minus a half x plus 8. Okay, now when it talks about the line intersects at point P, what that means is at that point, these two lines have the same y value. So where it crosses, okay, at point P, that means that this equation equals this equation. So minus 3x equals minus half x plus 8, okay? Adding a half x to both sides, I get minus 2.5x is equal to 8, okay, because on my calculator, minus 3 plus a half, so remember the opposite of minus half x is to add half x to both sides, minus 3 plus a half is minus 2.5, and then I would divide both sides by minus 2.5, and I would get, so 8 divided by negative 2.5, I get minus 3.2, okay, so minus 3.2, okay, I would then sub, okay, minus 3.2 into either one of these equations to work out the y coordinate. Okay, well, I will sub it into here. Okay, so I'm going to get y is equal to minus 3 times minus 3.2. So times my answer by minus 3, and I get 9.6. So the coordinates of P, guys, so P has the coordinates of minus 3.2 and 9.6. So that is my answer to question 18. Okay, so I hope that actually made sense, guys. This topic is straight line graphs and intersection. Okay. Right, guys, okay. So, question number 19. You are asked, okay, to solve this here for all the values of m for this inequality. Well, first of all, okay, I'm going to times by 4, okay, by everything. Okay, so here I try and treat it the same as an equation. So I'm going to get 88 is less than m squared plus 7, which is less than 32 times 4 is 128. Okay. I'm now going to subtract 7. Okay, so I'm trying to do the inverse to work out my answer. 88 minus 7 is 81. 81 is less than m squared, which is less than 121. Okay, to work out m, I would take the square root of both sides. So square root of 81 and the square root of 121. Well, we know that square root of 81 is 9. And then square root of that is going to be 11. Okay, so square root of 121 is 11. Okay, so if you're interested, the only values of m it can be is 10. Okay, but that would be your final answer here. So if you're interested, so that is your final answer. So that part here is your final answer. But I was saying m is equal to 10 actually in the context that yeah, that's the only integer solution that actually satisfies this inequality, okay? Because it's less than 11 and bigger than 9, okay? So it's all the values here between 9 and 11, okay? But that's the only integer solution, okay? There, but that is your final answer. 9 is less than m, which is less than 11. Right, guys, okay, so Okay, question number 1, okay, on the June 2018 paper. Simplify n cubed times m to the 4. Okay, remember, guys, that I add my powers here. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So m to the power of 7. Right, guys, part B, 5np all cubed. Okay, p cubed actually. So it's going to be 5 cubed, which is 125. It's going to be n cubed p to the power of 9. So remember that everything's to the power of 3 here. So everything is raised to the power of 3. So it's 5 cubed, which is 125. N cubed, which is n to the power of 1, which is going to be all cubed, which is n cubed. P cubed, all cubed, is p to the power of 9. Okay, so each one of these figures is raised to the power of 3. Okay, so it's 5 cubed times n cubed times p cubed, all cubed, if that makes sense. Okay, which then gives us that answer. Right, guys, simplify this. Okay, so 32 over 4 is 8. So 8q to the power of 6 r cubed. Okay, so remember that dividing, I subtract my powers. So 9 minus 3 is 6. R to the power of 4. Remember that I've got an R, R to the power of 1 there. So remember, guys, a little rule actually. If I have x here, x is equal to 1x to the power of 1. Okay, so remember that if it's just like a letter actually, it's the power of 1. Okay, so it is the invisible 1 there. So be careful, on that. Okay, 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. Okay.